Next, we're going to work on the back. So let me ungroup this back pattern. Now, the neckline is built up in the front, but it dips down in the back, and I need it to go straight across from the front built up. So what I'm going to do, select my line tool, right click or snap at this point, hold the control key and drag out towards the center back. And then I'm going to intersect the center back to that line and intersect that line to the center back. Now this yoke here drops about 1.5 inches from the top line that we just drew. So I'm going to come in here and locate a point 1.5 inches. And then I'm going to break at that point. So select my break or scissor tool, click on the line that I want broken, and then 2 right clicks or 2 snaps at that 1.5 inch point. And then I'm going to draw the yoke from that 1.5 inch point down here to this arm side marker. And yes, it's in the center. I can get rid of the scoop from the back. Now the peplum arcs up about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches from the waistline. Inch, 1.5 inches. I'm going to do an inch. So from the waistline at the center back, you need to break the center back at the waistline. So scissor tool, click once on the center back, anywhere away from the waistline, and then double snap or double right click at the waistline. That breaks that at the waistline. So I'm going to do another point, 1 inch up. Now this peplum ends where a torso dart would end. And on me, that's 3 inches. So I need to locate a point 3 inches over. And then I'm going to zoom window ZW around these 2 points, select my arc tool, right click on the point on the center back and right click on the point at the waistline and just keep on dragging. I'm not clicking, I'm just moving my mouse, and I want this to be straight right from the center back. That looks pretty straight. And then what I'm going to do is locate a point 4 inches, because this angles maybe 4.5 inches. So I'm going to locate a point 4 inches along the hem and draw a line from the arc from the 3 inch point to that 4 inch point. So that'll give me that angle. Then the next thing I need to do is to copy this text block. Just drag around it, hit copy, 1 copy, and then I'm going to do it again for the side of the peplum. I'm going to move my reference image out of the way, and then what I'm going to do is to break this waistline at this 3 inch point. So go into my scissor tool, click once on the waistline to indicate that's the line I want to break, and then since it has a point, I'm going to double right click or double snap at that 3 inch point. I need to go ahead and break this line, so click on it once to select it, and then double left click at that angled line. Come down and do the same at the hip line. Come down, and you can double right click at this point. So then I'm going to drag around and select all this and copy it. Now this center back needs to be intersected up to that arc. And then I can go ahead and change these lines to my dash stitching line and offset my 5/8 inch seam allowance. And my 2-inch hem. Now a trick for this, because this is angled, if I just intersected this down to here, it would carry the same angle. So what I'm going to do is to draft this so it angles this way. And to do that, I need to locate a point 2 inches up on this sewing line. I need to break that sewing line at the 2 inches. I'm going to select that 2-inch line and copy it. And this is tricky. Hold down your control key, click once, drag straight down. Do not click again, just let go of the control key and on your keyboard type in 2. That moved that down 2 inches, and then I'm going to flip it on its vertical axis. And then I'm going to come in here and intersect, 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 offset the seam allowance, then intersect to here and to here. Now this center back is 11 inches, so I'm going to put a 9-inch place on fold symbol. Vertically. I'm just going to click right on that center back line. And then I'm going to select that place on fold and flip it vertically. Move this down here. Now I can come in here with the text TE. And I want that at 0.1 height at 90 degrees rotation. If you look down here, there's a little X at the bottom left of that. So what you would do is to just drag around that X to select that text. You've got your 4-way arrow. Hold your control key and drag it up. So that's done. I can drag around it and group it. Scoot it out of the way, and now we need to do the side peplum. Actually, you know what? I'm going to ungroup this, and I need to rename this. Again, this is one text block, and there's a little X here. Select that X. Now to modify text, you can either go into your text icon or just type in TE. And this is the center back peplum. Now I can group it, drag around it. You click and hold with your left mouse button and just drag around it. and group it. I can come in here and go ahead and TE change this side back peplum. And then again, I'm going to click outside of this side back peplum, hold down with my left key, select all of that, copy it, now this I have to do the same thing with the 2-inch marker or the 2-inch hem, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 2-inch point in, break it at that point, and before I copy it down, I'm going to change all these to my dash stitching line. And now I can break, that's already broke, so let's go ahead and copy it. Hold your control key, drag down, let everything go, do not click again, and type in the number 2 on your keyboard. And flip it. Now we need to offset our seam allowances. And a 2-inch hem. Now this is kind of angled, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. So then I'm going to come down here and intersect. And then I'm going to place a grain line symbol, a 2-way. That's probably about 5 inches vertically. Okay. And then I'm going to group. So that's the peplum pattern.